that we'll be in capable hands here with the Late Night Buzz. We've got live act here, Bob Frank, who will be doing some music for you at the radio station on the show tonight.
Thanks, Ken.
Eric Nilsson's up next with the Late Night Buzz. Thanks so much for listening. I'll see you all next week here with a half hour of instrumental music from the Beatles, group and solo careers. I hope you join me for that. Thanks so much for listening here at 88.7 WNHU West Haven, Connecticut's #1 college radio station. I'll see you next week.
1, 2, 3, 4. You're listening to the Late Night Buzz. The Late Night Buzz, yeah. You're listening to the Late Night Buzz. The Late Night Buzz.
This is Eric Nielsen, and you're listening to Connecticut's #1 college radio station, 88.7 WNHU West Haven. Listen to the Late Night Buzz. We got a lot of new music for you guys tonight. My name is Eric Nielsen. We got co-host
Chris Marchessault.
And we also got two guests here. We got Roy, one of Chris's buddies, who decided to tag along with him. And we got local artist Bob Frank here. What's going on, Bob?
Not too much. Thank you very much for having me on the show tonight.
No problem. Bob, he plays at Kelly's Open Mic every Tuesday night.
Go check it out.
Yeah, it's a really nice scene. It's a nice alternative to Stella Blues. Mm-hmm. It's a really cool scene. You got Randy from Ultra Radio that hosts it, runs it. It's a lot of good stuff. But we'll have more from Bob a little bit later.
Hey, I'm Eric.
And I'm Chris.
And you're listening to the Late Night Buzz. Yeah. Right now, we also got a local musician here in the studio with us who's going to be performing a little bit later, so make sure you guys stay tuned. So, Bob.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Pretty good. I cannot complain. I met Bob here at Kelly's Gastro Pub on Crown Street. He's a pretty good musician, does a lot of Tom Petty cover. He likes Tom Petty. You're wearing a Bob Dylan t-shirt
That's
right
my guy right there.
Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
I've just recently got into him, not like really recently, but a couple years ago, one of my high school mentors gave me Blood on the Tracks to listen to.
Yeah.
And he told me it's one of his best albums, and I listened to it, and it's awesome.
Absolutely.
Phenomenal songwriter, and I'm surprised that he hasn't won any songwriting awards already. And I know Paul Simon has won one of those really, what is it? I forget the award, but I'll get back to that a little bit later. But I'm sure he's up for an award sometime soon.
Grammy?
He's overdue.
He's overdue.
We'll put it that way.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, I've been writing music since I was about, I want to say 16.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, Mike Priori, him and I would start writing music in my parents' basement.
Way to do it.
Where all dreams start.
Absolutely.
The basement.
Yeah,
that's how Nirvana started, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was a little 4-track tape recorder, and we started with that, and just recorded a ton of music, and the band came a little bit later. Mm-hmm. Right after high school, about 2002, we formed a band, called it Ordinary Madness, and from there we just started playing gigs and recording music and so forth, and a lot of that can be seen on, I just recently started a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And it's under Mr. Bob 4583. There's a lot of Ordinary Madness material up there.
And a lot of stuff from Kelly's.
Yes.
You bring that to Kelly's every week.
I do. Yeah,
and
a lot of stuff.
I'm very thankful that you recorded some of my performances, and I hope to get those up on YouTube sometime.
That would be great. We're definitely going to miss you at Kelly's.
Yeah, and I'm going to miss being there. It's been one of the staple places that I performed at for the past 2 years since I've moved here in New Haven and since I've been going to school here. It's been a good time. So when did you write your first song? Let me ask you that.
I'd say I wrote my first song probably about when I was 16.
Yeah.
And we were writing a lot of material at that time, a real lot, and a lot of it never even made it to to recording. It's just on a piece of paper
Do you,
somewhere.
do you remember how it goes?
I know the title. It was called As Time Goes By.
As
It was
Time Goes By.
it was an acoustic. It was kind of slow. But no, I don't really recall too much like the chords.
Mhm.
It's been a very long time.
It's been a very
but
long time.
Yeah, I remember it being a pretty decent tune. It was the first song, so I mean,
Right, yeah,
you
no.
know, very.
It's a
critical.
working songwriting is a big work in progress. I
Oh,
know.
yes.
Absolutely.
I know people who expect that their first song they're gonna write is gonna be a great hit. They're in for a rude awakening.
Absolutely, yeah.
But how would you describe your music to any listeners that are currently listening? Who, will, if you stay tuned, if you guys stay tuned, you'll be able to hear a little bit later. But anyway, I'm talking way too much.
Oh, my style ranges. When I was in the band, it was more blues based, blues rock. And as far as a solo artist, I'd say it's more maybe folk or even pop rock. Very acoustic, highly influenced by Bob Dylan, Tom Petty, and Jeff Lynne is a big influence for me as well.
ELO?
I love ELO. Jeff Lynne is a mastermind in my eyes.
Now, all three of those that you mentioned, weren't they in Traveling Wilburys?
Yes, they were. And that was some great music in the late 80s there with those five. That was the ultimate supergroup.
Right? It started with
Yeah.
Roy Orbison, and you got George Harrison and Bob Dylan.
All the greats.
And then you got the second generation. You got Tom Petty that comes in, and then
Right.
Jeff Lynne.
Yep.
We talked about them in one of my classes that I'm taking right now, and their music is really good. The lyrics
is.
phenomenal.
Yeah, there's 2 albums, and there's not a bad song at all. It's all fun stuff. It's catchy. It's just really good.
So you say that Bob Dylan's one of your biggest
Yes,
influences, and
definitely.
Tom Petty.
Yep.
What is one of the first songs that really got you hooked on those artists?
Definitely, I'd say for Tom Petty, the Full Moon Fever album from 1989, Free Fallin', I Won't Back Down, Running Down a Dream, all really big songs. I remember back in '89, I was very young. I remember I had the cassette tape. I wore that thing out. I listened to all 12 songs, side A, side B.
Now, Roy and Chris, did you guys ever have any tape cassettes? Do you guys remember those?
I was born in '93, so
I was born in '94. So
I
I had a CD player.
I had a
I
CD
remember them. I mean, like, I'm not that much older than you guys. I'm only
Well, I
like
mean,
a
I
year or
never,
two.
I never used cassettes.
No, I've never used
I'm
it.
My
missing
dad, all right,
anything.
my dad did. I remember my dad using them all the time. At the time, I was just, when I was a kid, I was really fat, so it's probably too way about food. But I don't know. But
Or selfies.
or selfies, fat kid selfies, yeah, apparently. But I don't know. I remember the first time I remember music coming into my life is when I got, which this is almost I took this as an insult at the time. I got a CD player, and my first CD was a Britney Spears.
I was gonna ask. I was
say
gonna be like,
that,
was
or-
it Backstreet Boys or
or
some kind
It
of
was
like?
Britney Spears, and then Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, and I was just like, no. Oh, like I was just very let down, but
But you-
I listened to it all the time because I love music.
I remember with tape cassettes going back there.
Yeah.
I listened to the Power Rangers theme song.
Oh my
like they
god,
had
that was my life. dude.
Right?
Oh, that was
right. My
pretty
favorite was the White Ranger.
Okay.
Mine
Yeah.
was the
Yeah, I know.
green.
I used to watch them. Yeah,
Yeah.
growing up. I was
My
born
m-
in '83, so I mean, I grew up with all that stuff.
Yeah.
I watched it all.
My
It's-
mom never let me watch them because she thought they were too like gruesome, so I couldn't watch that or Teenage Mutant Ninja
Those
Turtles.
Power Putties kind of
Power Buddies. What is that?
Power is wait
Power.
Power Putties, right? Is that what they're called?
I've never even watched it, so I'm not gonna.
Anyway.
I watch Lion King. That's what I used to watch.
That's classic.
Anyway, so I'm looking forward to hearing you play. So we're gonna play a few songs, and while you do that and tune up,
right.
we'll play some new music for you. This is a song by Raina Kindo.
Sweet.
It's called Sunshine. Hope you guys enjoy. We got coming up next. We got Bob Frank. He's gonna be playing a little bit later. So make sure you tune in to Late Night Buzz on 88.7 WNHU West Haven. I got Bob Frank here in the studio. What's going on, man?
Not too much.
Not too
Not
much.
too much.
Let's hear some of your original stuff. So, what's the first song you're gonna play for us?
Okay, I'm gonna do an original called "Lost Confusion,"
Okay.
written probably about 11 years ago.
All right.
So it's an older one. It was in the first batch of songs that I had written, but one I've always wasn't so critical about.
Yeah, there you go, sweet, cool.
So,
All right.
yeah, I'm gonna...
Take it away. We got Bob Frank here in the WNHU studio.
I wish you were here today. It's okay, another day. Wash away those ugly thoughts, and no one will get caught. All the time you've wasted here will not fade and disappear. I don't care what you say, it must not be this way. And careless arms of lost confusion should not be the path you're choosing. All you've said is what you've heard. There are no compassionate words. The time spent is the time that's gone. You don't know what went wrong. Where you go is where you will be. Why can't you ever see? I don't care what you say, must not be this way. Careless arms of lost confusion should not be the path you're choosing. Your insignificant race against time is nothing but a planned out crime. I don't care what you say, it must not be this way. And careless arms of lost confusion should not be the path you're choosing. And I don't care what you say, must not be this way. And careless arms of lost confusion should not be the path you're choosing.
nice. We got time for one more before we got to take a quick break.
Sure. Okay. Keep it going. This one's called Now I'm Not Lonely. Go right into it. This one was written a little bit later. Probably about a year later. I always wanted for things to be this way. Never a moment at peace. Hearing you say things will be alright. Now I'm not so lonely. Now I'm not so lonely. Oh, thank God. From heaven you're sent to me. Stay with me by my side. Hearing you say things will be alright, alright. So softly spoken, words of your endless love. My only wish has already come true. Please don't crumble to my touch. Now I'm not so lonely. Now I'm not so lonely. Oh, thank God. From heaven you're sent to me. Stay with me by my side. Hearing you say things will be alright, alright. Never could imagine a love so true. My love never wears a disguise. What I see is a true love of mine. Now I'm not so lonely. Now I'm not so lonely. Oh, thank God. From heaven you're sent to me. Stay
Bob Frank here in the WNH studio. If you're on Instagram at all or Facebook, look up the hashtag The Late Night Buzz and you'll see a picture of us in the studio. Gotta take a quick break. When we get back, more Bob Frank here live at WNHU West Haven.
Calling all musicians. This is Eric Nielsen from the Late Night Buzz on 88.7 WNHU. Looking for an opportunity to perform for free? Come check out Open Mic Tuesdays at Kelly's Gastro Pub in downtown New Haven. Performances start at 9 p.m. and go to closing. Open mics are perfect for exposure, experience, and enjoyment. So bring your friends, grab a bite to eat, have a few drinks, and enjoy a good night at Open Mic Tuesdays at Kelly's on Crown. Hope to see you there.
This is Bob Frank, and you're listening to the Late Night Buzz on WNHU West Haven, #1 college radio station, 8 years and counting.
So we got Bob Frank here live in the studio. Glad to have you here tonight. You've been listening to, if you've been tuning in, you've been listening to some live music by Bob Frank, who's a local artist here, based out of New Haven, right?
Yeah,
New Haven area.
Yep.
And I met him at one fateful evening at Kelly's open mic on, if you just heard that spot, it's down on Crown Street in New Haven. It's a really good time, good food, great sweet potato fries.
Yes, I was going to say that. They're great.
Oh my god.
All the food is great there.
Yeah. Love the sweet potato fries. I missed it on Tuesday. I should have ordered them when I was up on stage, but oh well. Anyway, back to the music.
All right.
All right.
I'm going to play a song now called Bottleneck Devil Blues. It's one written with a friend of mine.
Nice.
A lonely woman came to me. She took my hand and set me free. She gave me loving if you can. I took this boy, made him a man. But please, young woman, don't leave me alone. Don't make me call you on the telephone. You got them looks that can't be beat. Gotta love the way that you give me. You got them bottleneck devil blues. Come from my head down to my shoes. I met a woman on the street. She was the prettiest that I'd seen. I walked past her in style. I asked her out and she smiled. But please, young woman, don't leave me alone. Don't make me call you on the telephone. You got them looks that can't be beat. Gonna love the way that you give me. Got them bottleneck devil blues. Come from my head down to my shoes. I met a woman in a bar. She said she didn't live too far. Around the corner down the street. I knew right away I was in too deep. But please, young woman, don't leave me alone. Make me call you on the telephone. You got them looks that can't be beat. Gonna love the way that you give me. Got them bottleneck devil blues. Come from my head down to my shoes.
I'm Frank. Tried to do a little something. I felt that blues shuffle there. I figured, I hope you didn't mind.
Yeah, no, sounded good.
All right, feel free to go right into your next one.
Some people say only fools fall in love. I looked away and I turned to see. Wonder why still you cry. There's nothing left here for you and me. Still you cry, still you try. You walk alone through this lonesome town. Time enough that now it's time you see where in life you wanna be, and leave behind what you once had. Wonder why still you cry. There's nothing left here for you and me. Still you try, still you cry. You walk alone through this lonesome town.
So, how many would you say original songs that have you written so far?
Probably about 35.
35?
Yeah, about 35, maybe 40.
Wow. And out of all those, which ones are you proud of?
I like pretty much the stuff I've been playing so far are among my favorites. Some of it is a little harder to play acoustic because it was written with the band.
Right.
And I haven't really found a way to play that acoustic and
No, I feel it.
make it sound like I want it to sound. So, but yeah, a lot of this stuff, the ballads, the love songs, things like that, are probably among some of my better songs.
Nice.
Good, man.
Now, one of your big influences is Bob Dylan
Yes.
and Tom Petty.
Yes.
Would you like to? I want to hear one of your renditions of one of their songs.
Oh, sure. That'd be great.
Cool.
All right. Well, I won't back down. No, I won't back down. at the gates of hell, but I won't back down. Gonna stand my ground, won't be turned around. And I'll keep this world from dragging me down. Gonna stand my ground, and I won't back down. Hey, baby, there ain't no easy way out. Hey, I stand my ground, and I won't back down. Well, I know what's right. I got just one life in a world that keeps on pushing me around. Gonna stand my ground, and I won't back down. Hey, baby, there ain't no easy way out. Hey, I will stand my ground, and I won't back down. Hey, baby, there ain't no easy way out. Hey, I stand my ground, and I won't back down. No, won't back down.
All right. Bob, it's been a pleasure.
Been a lot of fun.
You just heard a couple of originals and a cover from Tom Petty. And yeah, so if you want to hear more of what he's got to offer, if you swing by Kelly's every Tuesday. And where is that other place that you play in Wallingford?
I play occasionally O'Brien's Pub, Monday nights. Dan's the host. Also Wednesday nights at Allegra's.
Where's that?
That's in Brantford,
Brantford?
on Route 1.
Okay.
Chris Mitchell is the host there. He also hosts Screwy Louie's on Saturday nights, every other Saturday. Very good place.
Nice.
There's a house band
that can back up.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
Yep.
awesome.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, there you go. There you had it. Bob, Frank, for you guys. So stay tuned. Again, I want to thank you for coming on. And if you're in the New Haven area, there's always a place for music here, live music.